As of the time of me making this video, it's been about 203 days and 19 hours since I've last uploaded a video. That means that I haven't uploaded anything since December 19th, 2023, and I'd be lying if I said that I was planning to go that long without any uploads. At the time that I'd made that video, I was definitely proud of it, and it had garnered significantly more views than any other video I had made up to that point. And despite a somewhat mixed reaction from the people who watched it, and a somewhat awkward performance on camera, I was feeling more motivated than ever to keep going, and I had another video written and it was ready to go, minus the fact that I hadn't filmed it yet. But something ended up happening, something that would lead me to lose motivation for not just this, but most of my other hobbies. And so at the time my 7th month hiatus had begun, I was on my winter break from college and I wasn't enjoying the school I was at all. As a freshman, I felt like it was hard to make friends because most of the students either lived off campus or the ones that lived on campus mostly kept to themselves, and they weren't at campus events, so they weren't really involved in anything, so it's hard to talk to people. And this eventually got to be so boring to the point where I really feel like it was affecting my mental health. Now, over this winter break, this was my first real chance to get away from that environment and my first real chance to sort of experience things outside of a college campus that I wasn't enjoying for the first time in a while. I had a lot of fun over winter break and it convinced me that something needed to change. I couldn't imagine living another 3.5 years like how I had spent the first semester that I had on campus. And it was over that winter break that I decided that I absolutely needed to transfer to another school, and in my head, it wasn't really an option not to, because I just couldn't really put up with going and living how that first semester was, and I just wasn't going to be able to actually make it through 4 years at that school and actually get a degree. So by this point, even though I'd already made up my mind that I was going to transfer, it was too late to transfer mid-year and go to another school for the spring semester. So I pretty much decided that I was just going to do whatever I could to make my situation for next year better. And that pretty much just meant putting everything towards work and schoolwork and putting everything else on pause so that I could keep my grades up as high as possible and I could get all the money that I owed to my current school paid off, so I could have as many options available for next school year and hopefully move on to something that I guess fits or works a little bit better for me and something that I could enjoy a little bit more. Eventually, after all of the grinding or whatever, the end of the school year would finally come at the beginning of May, and it was one of the best feelings I think I've ever felt. I remember just how my smile after the last exam just wouldn't disappear even after the entire 3-hour drive home for the summer. But this fiasco was far from over. I still owed a ton of money, and I needed a way to get all of this money that I owed to the school back. This led me to pretty much work endlessly for the first few months of the summer until I had made a few $1,000s and I had the money to finally pay this back. But at this point, my daily routine pretty much just consisted of waking up, doing a quick workout for maybe an hour, eating, working, and then the whole cycle would just repeat itself, and I wouldn't really do anything else other than that. And this would eventually lead to some fairly severe burnout, and I ended up just feeling really lost and honestly just really bored and tired. It was until last week when I was finally able to go on vacation for the first time since winter break and actually get a break from working and school, and I came back feeling pretty refreshed. I realized that I definitely need to set aside some time for some things other than work so that I don't get burned out, and that includes hobbies like this channel or even just relaxing. At the end of the summer, I'll be off to another college, and even though I'm not quite sure where yet, I'm definitely excited for something new and hopefully a better experience. I can finally leave this last year behind me and move on, and I don't know what that means quite yet, but that's just what I'm going to go with for now.